You're watching or listening to another edition of Who's of Games. And in this edition, we have got the Guest Challengers edition. So I've got two people in from other podcasts, and I'm going to make them look stupid, so you don't have to. Hi, I'm JR. I have co-opted Harry from Who Can Convince You. Hello, Harry.
Greetings, JR.
Phil from Who's He.
Hello, this is the most intelligent I'm going to look throughout this podcast.
Just before you started speaking, in fact. And of course, Jim from the Crinoid podcast, who is sort of like our home challenger to see off the opposition challengers, as it were.
In theory.
And congratulations, Jim, you've won.
Yeah.
Well, this is for all three of you, you've not done this before. So, because this is sort of an edition, sort of the outliers edition in the middle of the run, I guess. Because as I've said, I'm going to do 5 of these. Phil, have you seen it on the TV? Do you know the format, House of Games?
I am aware of it. I'm not a regular viewer, I have to be honest. But I kind of understand the gist of the format. So this is going to go swimmingly, isn't it?
It's going to be fun. How about you, Harry? Have you seen it?
I've heard of it. The first time I heard about it was when you did a version of it. And today I went back and watched a few episodes to sort of figure out, or attempt to figure out what was going on.
Okay,
and
yeah.
I think I came away none the wiser, so we're all good. We're all in for a fun time.
Well, then how about you, Jim?
Never watched it. My only introduction to it was your first episode of this.
This is going to go great. Well, here's the thing. There's going to be a couple of buzzers rounds. There's going to be one round where we take guesses, and there's going to be a couple of individual rounds. All the games on House of Games, there are 5 in each episode. All the games are different from each other, sometimes not terrifically different. I'll explain the rules to each game before we start, and that's for any viewers or listeners as well, I guess, who don't know the regular version of House of Games.
And contestants.
Well, exactly.
If you could explain it twice as well, once for the listener and then again just for our benefit, that'd be great.
Yeah, fair enough. But let's dive in with the first round, and then we'll just get on with it and see how it goes. The first round is a buzzer round, so I want, as soon as you can work out what the answer is, the first person who either says buzz or says their name or sticks their hand up or says something, probably helps if you say something. And because I'll be looking at the screen, obviously, to see whose mouth is moving. We've got to remember we're on Skype, so we're all on a delay from each other. But the crucial point is you're all on the same amount of delay from me. So if you wait till I say the name before you give the answer, because I'll be able to see who was first on the delay from me, as it were. Unlike, I explained this the other day, but I did a quiz once with Lee, and Lee couldn't work out that his delay from the rest of us was different from my delay to him. And so he was convinced he was answering all the questions first, despite the fact that he was actually third to say his name. So I'll be in charge of who I consider to have buzzed first, okay?
Okay.
Right, the first round's a fairly standard one. This is called Rhyme Time. I'm going to give you 2 clues, and the answers to the 2 clues will rhyme with each other. So I want you to buzz in and give me both of the answers, okay?
Okay, right.
Right. Everybody looks really happy about this. Okay. And because it's Doctor Who, so we already have a little bit of a head start as to what we're looking for. The questions are going to be slightly cryptic rather than, I'm not just going to say what's the 3rd story in season 2 or something. The questions will be slightly more cryptic. So let's see how this goes. Here are the first 2 clues. Adric's demise, cars in the skies.
Shot. Oh, sorry, Jim.
Go on, Jim.
Off to a flyer. Earthshock Gridlock.
Earthshock and Gridlock is correct. Nicely done, Jim.
I'll give you that one.
Oh, I couldn't think of Gridlock. I've got Earthshock. I couldn't think of Gridlock at all.
That's the point. You've got the whole of Doctor Who to think about.
Oh, dear.
Okay, here we go with the second one. Gallifreyan occupation, fat filching.
Felching, was it?
Filching! You filthy booker.
Naughty Jim.
Honestly, I'm fed up with having to put explicit ratings on these podcasts. Right. An episode in which a story in which Gallifrey is occupied, and another story in which people's
Jim.
fat gets stolen.
Oh,
Go
here
on,
it goes.
Jim.
Invasion of Time, Partners in Crime.
Invasions in Time, Partners in Crime. You are correct. Okay, here's the third
I'm
one.
going home now.
He's in
Well,
the
you-
lead.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big enough lead to not worry about it. Really.
Considering all three of you were determined that none of you were going to get any of the answers right, so far one of you has been proved wrong. Let's see how it goes for the other two. Okay, here's the third clue. Ogre awake after the lake.
Jim,
Go on, Jim.
Oh God, blimey.
Stones of Blood before the flood.
Nicely done, Jim. He's a little bit too quick, isn't he?
Not a fan of this.
It's the New Who stuff. I cannot remember the
Yeah,
New Who
yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Oh, God. Right, you better get your brain in gear then, because I think all four of the ones still to remain in this round, the new ones. This is going to go really well, isn't it? Okay, here we go, though. Torchwood's creation, Amy's relation.
Ooh.
I've got the first bit. Can we have a half
What?
point?
What rhymes with it?
That's what I'm trying to think now, but
The episode where you find out who Amy's relation is. Somebody who's
I've
been in
forgotten
the
the title
series.
of the first one now.
No.
Jim,
I think
Jim, I
Jim's
think.
got it. Go on.
Tooth and Claw. The Doctor goes to war. Is it something like that? The man goes to good man goes to war.
It is A Good Man Goes to War. And yes, I will give you that.
Sorry, that was 5 guesses in one go.
It's
Right.
only one of those, isn't it? Pick an answer from that.
Right, the last question in this round. And this one is incredibly easy. So this one's going to be a speed buzzer.
Things not to
Okay.
say.
Yeah. Again, we're going to prove you wrong, JR.
Oh, no. But you have to give me the answer in the correct order. So here you go. Final question in this round. Here are your two clues. Before hell bent, post heaven sent. When I said speed round, I was completely wrong, wasn't I?
You were, yeah.
It's new, isn't it?
What's the episode before hell bent, and what's the episode after heaven sent that rhyme with each other?
Don't
Right,
know.
I'm going to put you out of your misery. The
Go on.
episode before hell bent is heaven sent, and the episode after heaven sent is hell bent. I just wanted you to give me the clues back in the opposite order.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Oh.
Fun
Make you
for
feel
all the
proud of
family.
yourself.
Do you know what? John would have liked that question.
You would have liked all the questions.
Hi, John.
Okay, at the end of that round, Harry and Phil, true to their word before we started, are on 0 points. Jim, way in the lead with 4 points. But that could all change now as we go into the second round, which is an individual round. So you each get a chance to answer your own questions here.
It's just our stupidity has a chance to be singled out rather than be in a group.
No, this shouldn't be too bad. This is called Opposites Attract. And the idea of the round is that the answer is the opposite to the clue I give you. But actually what that generally means is the words are related to each other rather than strictly speaking being opposites. Oftentimes they're just different examples of something similar. You'll get it straight away. As soon as I give the first one, you'll know what the round is all about. And we're going alphabetically. So Harry, I'm afraid you're going to be first on this one.
Can I switch my mic off?
It's a story. I'm going to give you a 3-word title, and I want you to give me back the actual story I'm referring to, where the words are the opposite of or related to. If there's a the or an of, generally speaking, those remain the same. It's the verbs and the nouns and so on that get changed.
Okay.
So if I were to say, Harry, the blue birth, what's the opposite or related to the blue birth?
That would be the Green Death, JR.
Harry, you have scored a point.
Hey!
Thank you very much,
Right.
everybody.
Jim, you would be next, and your clue would be the foot of comfort.
Foot of comfort. The hand of fear.
It is the hand of fear.
That was the original title, wasn't it?
This,
Working
this
title.
This is how stupid House of Games really is. Phil, your turn. Another story title, either the opposite of or related to in some way, or just merely different from, I guess this round really should be called. Exodus of the Cybermen.
Oh, bloody hell.
Well, Exodus is a religious term, of course.
I know. I'm trying to rack my brains through all the Cybermen stories now.
Well, it's not Cybermen, is it? Because the Cyberman is the word you have to change out. For
Oh no, that's
word.
what I'm trying to go back through. Oh God. Exodus of the Cybermen. The Genesis of the Daleks.
Phil, you've got yourself a point.
Oh, at last.
See, that's how really easy and stupid this round is. You've got one more each.
And I made it look very hard.
Yes, you made it look very hard, but you
Isn't
got
it
there at the
incredible?
end, and that's the important thing.
Yes.
What a skill you have.
Right, you've each got
naturally.
you've each got one from the new series now, so this should be
Oh.
fun. Harry, the previous professor.
Is it the next Doctor?
It is the next Doctor.
Oh,
Oh yes. Jim, the full adult.
The empty child.
It is the empty child. Damn it, I didn't think you'd get that one quite so quickly.
damn it.
And finally in this round, Phil, twice under space.
God, blimey, why'd you keep giving me?
Yeah, I'm sure you're getting the hardest ones.
I think I had
It wasn't planned that way.
Twice under
He
space.
hates you, Phil. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
You
the thing is,
You don't
somebody
have
else
to do this to make me look an idiot. I can do that on my own. Thank you.
I don't need any help.
No. Twice under space. This new series again.
Well, what's another word that's not twice but relates to it?
No, it's just new series. I'm hopeless on new series stuff.
Okay, time and relative dimensions in. Well, it ends with space. So,
Yes.
What word would you swap out that for in a Doctor Who sense?
Will be time, wouldn't it?
And the middle word is under. So, what word would be the opposite of that?
Under, over.
Right. So, another word for
I
over.
can't think. Sorry, I can't think. I don't know.
Okay. Does anybody want to buzz in?
Is it once upon?
I'll tell you what. Harry started speaking first, and he's
Is
got
it?
it.
Is it once upon time?
It is once upon time. I'll give you that. Despite the fact that Jim buzzed in properly and you just started talking.
I've got no
got it wrong,
recollection.
actually, so.
I've got no recollection of that episode whatsoever.
Neither have I, but
Really?
I remember the title.
No, I do remember the title.
Right. Well, at the end of that round, Phil, you have got 1 point. Harry's up to 3 now. Jim's in the lead with 6. But that could all change with this round because this is a round that's called I'm Terrible at Dating. And what's going to happen in this round is that I'm going to throw a question out. You're each going to guess, and the person who's closest to the right answer gets the point. I'm going to give you the title of a story, and I want you to tell me the year in which you think that story is set. So, this is going to be interesting. Okay, first up, and we're going alphabetical order again. Well, we'll start in alphabetical order and we'll move around in circles. Harry, the first one is this, the Shakespeare Code. So what year?
On.
Just take a guess because you might be closer than the other two.
Let's go 1750.
Right, Jim, you want to take a guess?
1598.
And Phil, do you want to take a guess?
1637.
Right, I got to tell you, he always gives a double point, by the way, if anybody gets it spot on. And I've got to tell you, somebody was 1 year out. And the
Wasn't
person
me.
who was 1 year out, fortunately, the person who's 1 year out was Jim, who's already got so many points, he didn't need the double point.
Going well.
It's okay. Okay, Jim, you're first this time, though. The second one is The Enemy of the World.
Oh, I have a feeling that's quite close to now, isn't it?
But I'm not going to nod or shake my head because that'll give a clue to
No,
the
no,
other
I'm
two.
not. No, I wouldn't ask you to do something like that. Is it something like 1995 or something like that?
Right.
The year of my birth.
Phil, do
You are
want to
the
take
enemy
a
of the
guess?
world, Harry.
The Enemy of the World, Phil.
I'm going to go 1987.
And Harry.
I don't know why. I'm going to choose 2018.
Well, now, somebody has got themselves 2 points in this round. It is 2018. It was 5 years ago.
Yes!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Good work.
I thought it was 2020, and I was like, hang on, that's not quite. I remember sort of it happening. I remember the.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Just a few years ago when everybody said, oh,
Yeah.
like, it was about 5 years ago as well, wasn't it? That it was like, oh, it's the year of Blade Runner.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I think that we've
That
just
was-
passed another story as well, haven't we? That's not so.
I think you could be right. And of course, Moonbase. Phil, I think, might have been thinking of the Moonbase when he said 87, because of course Moonbase was 86.
That's right. It was,
Oh, I'm
wasn't
just
it?
looking to make sure I haven't got the Moonbase written down in the.
And the next question is, when was the moon base set?
Fortunately, I haven't. The next one's even harder, so this could really be a case of random guesses. Phil, I'm going with you first on this one,
Right.
though.
Okay.
The next one is Marco Polo.
Oh. Ooh. Blimey. I'm going to go. Oh, crikey. 10, 10:32.
10:32. Now, Harry, what's your guess on Marco Polo?
Now, I should know this because I've just had to talk about it. Is it is it 1322?
And Jim, what's your guess?
1325. It's
Jim,
it's
you
terrible based on zero knowledge. Wrong
you went-
way.
You went in the wrong direction, Jim.
Yeah.
It's actually 1289. So
Oh.
Harry was the closest. He was about, what, just under 50 years out, just under 45 years out. That's not bad for this kind
It's
of
very
round.
good.
Yeah, on this kind of round, sometimes people get the right answer, will get the points, despite the fact that they're like 500 years out. So that's not too bad. Right, this one probably going to, I would say this one will be easier because it's closer, but it's new series. So The Waters of Mars. Harry, you're first on this one.
I'm going to take a leaf out of Classic Who's book and say that the future tends to only be sort of 15 years ahead, doesn't it, really? So I'm going to go 2040.
Right. And that's, of course, 15 years ahead of when it was made, which was 15 years ago.
Well, there you go.
Jim, do you want to explain your random guess?
50. It's got interest, though, isn't it? That's the thing. It's,
Yeah, but, well, they're talking about Bowie, aren't they? Hopefully, we'll be talking about Bowie for many years to come.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2035.
2035. And Phil.
Sticking around the same time frame, I'm going to go 2051.
1982.
Well, I've got to tell you, it was made in 2009, that episode, or broadcast in 2009. And it was, of course, set exactly 50 years in the future, which makes it 2059, which means Phil gets the point.
Oh, hallelujah.
Right, and finally in this round, and I suspect this one really might be just random guesses, but the final one in this round, and Jim, you're first on this, is The Witchfinders.
Oh, lordy.
I thought that would be a bit harder.
Yeah.
I'd go backwards rather than forwards, though, on this one, if I were you. Just a tip there.
Don't know what to work off if I'm going first. 1657.
1657. Phil.
I like the cut of your jib there, Jim. I'm going to go for...
Oh, thanks.
Yes. 1632.
1632. And Harry, what are you going to guess?
I'll go 1605.
Oh, stolen at the end there because it's 1612. And so Harry gets the point.
Well done. Well played.
Thank you, sir.
So, hang on. Got to do some quick adding up.
Won't take long.
Well,
I'm last, JR.
Yeah.
You are, but you're on 2 points now, so you've doubled your points tally.
Hey.
Jim and Harry, meanwhile, are drawing with 7 points each.
Look at this.
That's a good round for Harry.
Yeah, look at that.
Well done.
Okay, round 4 is another individual round. This one is called synonyms. So this is a bit like the one we played before, where it was opposites, except this time it's synonyms of the answer. So it's a story title. I'm going to give you a clue, and the answer should be a synonym of the clue I've given you. If I've done this right, it could well be the case. It could well be the case that I've messed it up. Starting with Harry, though, again. Okay, here's yours. The double difficulty. So synonyms for double and difficulty.
This is my thinking face.
Really? Because that's not the face I saw when I was thinking last.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what I meant like that, but I made it sound as dirty as I possibly could.
That's why I just glossed
You're
over
thinking
it.
of vinegar strokes.
What was it again? The double difficulty.
Double difficulty.
Is it New Who?
No, it's not new.
Oh, right. Okay.
You're each going to get an old one, and then you're each going to get a new one.
Okay.
That's more clue than I really should have given you. What's another word for double?
Twice.
Well, very.
2.
You were closer the first time.
Twice.
Closer, but not exactly on it. Jim's worked it out. I'm sure Phil's worked it out too. They're just looking at your excitement face now.
Yeah. I haven't got a clue.
Really? Okay, do you want to buzz? I'm guessing, Jim, you can. Jim's buzzing in. Sorry, say again, Jim.
Twin dilemma.
Oh,
Twin dilemma.
Yes. I hate you.
Oh, well, who knows? Jim might get this wrong and you might buzz back in. Or Phil might.
Just you wait, Jim.
Curve of forever.
The Arc of Infinity. Or Arc of Infinity.
Arc of Infinity, it is. And Phil, yours is The Snow Soldiers.
The Ice Warriors.
It is the Ice Warriors. Well, you've trebled your points tally. If you keep it up...
I'll still be last.
Wow. Depends how many It depends how many points Harry or Jim conspire to lose in the last round. Let's go. Second time around on this one. These are all new Who stories now. Harry, your first one is Body and Brick.
I keep forgetting this is an audio medium, isn't it? So I should sort of show my workings out.
Well, we're also on video, and if
Oh,
anybody's got any sense, they'll be watching it rather than listening to it, because it's
Yeah.
much more fun if you can see your faces, especially
Um,
when you're pulling your particular faces.
Yeah, what is it? Body and Brick.
Body and Brick.
I have no idea.
Anybody want to buzz in?
Flesh
Jim's-
and Stone.
Flesh and Stone it is.
Flesh and Stone.
Yeah,
Blimey,
Angels.
Harry.
It's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
It's
Jim,
all okay. Everything's all right.
It'll all be fine in about 15 minutes.
Jim, yours is The Deity Anxiety.
The God Complex.
It is the God Complex. And Phil, finally in this round, The Infinite Offspring.
The Empty Child.
Oh, think about it. The Infinite Offspring.
Oh,
Infinite Offspring.
Oh, New Who's dummy again.
Well, you were really close with the last word.
The Timeless Child.
Oh, the Timeless Children, but yes,
Children,
I'm gonna give you
okay.
that.
See,
So,
New Who. It doesn't stay in the memory, particularly the last couple of series.
I know it's true. Actually, even if they're episodes you particularly like, they don't always stick around. But
exactly.
right, the last round's got plenty of old Who in it though, and there's quite a big round for the last round. But before we get there, let me just tell you the scores on the doors.
Here we
I
go.
was alluding to the wrong quiz there, wasn't I? Phil, you're on 4.
Oh,
That's respectable.
Okay, that's all right.
There are lots and lots of people who end up a normal episode of regular House of Games with a lot less than 4, believe me. That's a respectable score. Harry, you're on 7, and Jim, you're on 11. Double figures. That's pretty impressive.
I would clap,
I want to
but
lose the next one.
There's plenty of questions in the last round, so actually it's still all to play for, because Phil, if he's good at this last round, he could easily win this. He's not gonna be, but if he was,
No, that's the truest thing said so far on this recording.
He's done all Anne Robinson, hasn't he?
This is called Answer Smash. And what it is, again, you've got 2 clues, but this time, instead of rhyming them, you have to join them together in the middle. You have to smash them together. In other words, if the first one ends with a word or a part of a word, and the second one begins with that word or part of a word, you have to just say that part of the word or that word once. In other words, you turn the 2 answers into one answer that runs through that part of the word. It shouldn't be too difficult. Again, though, and there are a lot of classic series ones in this round, actually, funnily enough, looking at the list I've got in front of me. Not all, but quite a lot of them are. And again, I'm not going to give the most obvious clues, like, what was Tom Baker's first story. So they're going to be relatively cryptic clues again. There's one that Harry knew. Actually, mind you, that's not as simple as it sounds, is it? Because it's a different name in the book than it is on the telly, isn't it? Yeah. Right, there are 10 of these though, so there's plenty of catching up that might be able to be done. Let's start with the first one and see how it goes. The 2 clues for the first one, and remember, you've got to join them in the middle, and you lose a point if you buzz in and get it wrong. And I've got to be fairly strict on this as well, because I wasn't strict enough on the first time we did this, and I got in trouble for it.
So if I keep my mouth shut, I could win this.
Potentially. Wouldn't be much of a game, though.
what a great technique.
Here are your first.
What if we all do that and it's complete silence?
Well, wouldn't be the first time. Your first 2 clues are 12's Fantastic Voyage, 1's London Surprise. So if you can work out the story in which the 12th Doctor got shrunk and the one in which the First Doctor came back to London only to find something he didn't expect.
Jim,
Go on, Jim.
Into the Dalek invasion of Earth.
It is Into the Dalek invasion of Earth. I've got to say, though, from this point forwards, in order to get enough questions for 5 rounds worth of this quiz, I have dropped a few definitive articles at the start of some of these. So there'll be a few dropped thus just in order to make some answers smash together.
We were going so well.
That's ruined it for me.
The second one.
I'm going to take my ball and go home.
You'll see what I mean with this second one, but the second one should be... So here it is. Head on a hill, a matter of human factor.
Oh my God.
Well, if you can get the first one, the second one should run off it, or vice versa. Which story has a head or a face on a hillside, and which story involves the human factor?
Jim.
Go on, Jim.
The Face of Evil of the Daleks.
The Face of Evil of the Daleks is correct. Right, Harry, Phil, no excuses now. You know how this works.
I got
You're not
that
going to
one.
get this.
I just forgot to say anything.
It's quite important that you say something.
Yeah.
I got it after Jim said it.
Yeah.
Always the way, isn't it?
I did as well.
It's funny that.
Right, here's the third question. Cyber shopping and all roads lead to Heath.
Ooh.
So a story which involves Cybermen in a shop and a story which takes place on a heath with Rose. Heath Rose.
I think I've got the first part, but
I can think of the first story, but I wouldn't have the slightest idea what it is. Called.
This is killing me. Phil, if you can get the first one, you should.
I've got
definitely...
the first bit. No, I've got a complete. I've drawn a blank on the second part.
Heathrow.
It's me. I'm Kathy. Oh no, that's Heath.
No, I've got a. Oh,
All right, I'm going to put you
no,
out of your misery.
no, I've got a blank.
Okay, it's Closing Time Flight.
Oh. You see,
I can see why you'd...
Yeah, the thing about Time Flight, I've erased that from my memory.
Yeah, I can imagine
Very
that would be the
wise.
case.
Very wise.
Okay, the fourth one. Making contact. 2's 2.
Jim.
Go on, Jim.
The Invisible Enemy of the World.
It is the invisible enemy of the world. Okay, here's the fourth one. Tragic Greekery and a minor's tale. These are both classic as well.
Phil.
Phil?
The Time Monster of Peladon.
So close, but I'm going to give it you because there is Greekery involved in the Time Monster. I was actually thinking of the Horns of Nye Monster of Peladon.
Ah!
Yeah. But I've got to be honest, now that you've said it, that's an either or, isn't it, really? So, yeah, well done.
Yeah, okay. Well,
yeah,
I'm now officially saying Atlantis is part of Greece.
I think it's close enough.
It's close enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got the Minotaur in it.
One of the islands.
I like your golden bullet flask, by the way.
For anybody listening to this on audio, get thee to YouTube.
Yes. Like and subscribe, kids.
Do you know what? I never do that. When people advertise things at the end of their videos on YouTube, I'm like, so you're advertising this because you think the people who are watching this on your YouTube channel don't know how to find your YouTube channel? They're already there, you idiot. So that's basically what I'm thinking when people do that like and subscribe thing. It's like, if they want to subscribe, they don't need telling. All right, enough of that. Let's carry on, shall we?
It's all right. I took it to the end of my video, so sod them.
Touched a nerve there. It's just a nice flask, JR, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have gone there, Harry.
Yeah, I'll leave it next time.
That was bad. The next one is Netherland and Bill's Hospital Horror.
Jim.
Go on, Jim.
Sorry, Underworld Enough and Time.
It is Underworld Enough and
yes.
Time. I've got to say, these two challenges aren't putting up much of a challenge, are they? I'm not paying them at the end of this.
You can pay me. No, I'm on the staff. I don't get paid.
Yeah.
The next one is, this one's a nice one, a nice and easy one as well. This is also both classic stories, so there's a bit of a clue for you. Freshly minted Sarah and shooting for looting. And that last one makes a bit more sense probably if you've read the book, one of the early targets.
What was the first one? Sorry.
Freshly minted Sarah. And that's a bit of a double clue because it's not just a story that involves freshly minted coins, but actually it involves a double of Sarah too. And that's a massive clue. And then shooting for looting. But I guess, well, that also involves Sarah Jane Smith.
Phil,
Go on, Phil.
the android invasion of the dinosaurs.
The android invasion of the dinosaurs is correct.
Oh, thank you.
There's 3 more in this round, and I've got to tell you, Harry, Phil is now just a single point behind you.
That's fine. I can see him on my
And if-
rear view mirror, just sort of
And if
waving.
Harry's worried, then Jim, I've got to tell you. Christ, Jim, I don't know quite how many points you're on, but you're heading off into
He's
the
winning.
distance. Yeah, basically.
Whose idea was it to invite Jim? It was yours, Harry, wasn't it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Jim's got just slightly more points than the other two of you put together, but we shan't harp on about it.
No.
Next one is Thomas and Tesla and Unforgettable Forgill. So the first one's new
Right.
series.
New series, and that's
Second,
me done then.
well, the name I've given you is the name that's in the title of the episode.
What was
And
the
I
second
can't-
part? Sorry.
Can't remember it.
Well, the first part is Thomas and Tesla, and the second part is Unforgettable Forgill, which involves the Duke of Forgill.
Oh, that one. Forgot what else.
Shall I put you out of your misery?
Oh, hang on.
Go on.
Oh no,
I've just forgotten it.
no, it's the Jodie Whittaker bit. I can't get the first
Yeah.
part. No.
Me too.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
from this point forward, I should forget Jodie Whittaker episodes, right?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Too recent.
We have.
Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror of the Zygons.
Oh.
All right. Right. This next one, Albert Scare and Eleven's End. And one of these, strictly speaking, isn't a proper Doctor Who story at all.
Oh.
Albert Scare
Oh.
and Eleven's End.
It's the second bit for me now.
Albert Scare.
It's true.
Well, it's a pun on Albert Square. Which Doctor Who thing is set in Albert Square?
Oh, clever. Yeah, okay.
Phil.
Go on, Phil.
Dimensions in Time of the Doctor.
Dimensions in Time of the Doctor is correct.
Oh, never
Oh,
got
get the
out the Albert
coach.
Square clue there. The massive clue you just gave me there.
I couldn't tell you what the 11th Doctor's last series, any of the episodes called.
Wow.
Wouldn't have a clue.
Right, there's a 10th Doctor story in this last one, but the last one, the one we finish on, is a triple answer smash. So this time you're looking for 3 story titles that join together bit
God,
by
I need
bit.
to lie down after the double ones. Let alone
I've got a shooting pain in my right eye.
My left arm's got none. That's bad, isn't it?
This is the last one though. Although there is, I always have now a decider in case it's a draw at the end, and I'll let you know what the decider was just so it's not wasted. But I can't see. But let's do the last question first. The three clues are, and these three clues are all joined very much by a particular thing, so that should help you out. That's a slight clue. Thirsty dozen, invisible enemies, and building the Empire State. So if you can get any one of those, then you'll know that the same monster is in all three. So thirsty dozen. So that's the first Doctor and a dozen episodes. Invisible enemies, the same monster but invisible, and building the Empire State, the same monster in America.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh, what did I
Come
do?
on, come on, come on.
This is-
I know what they all are, but I'm trying to work it out in my head. Oh, come on.
No.
Oh,
Go on, Harry.
oh, hang on. No. Oh, the Daleks master planet of the. Oh God.
Planet of the...
No, it's gone. No. Look at it. Oh.
Building the Empire State.
Yes, the one with the silly man.
No, I'm being very generous here, but I'm going to have to take a
sorry.
point off you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Harry, you lose a point. Shall I put you out of your misery?
Please.
You're so
Please.
close. If
Please.
you could have got to the end of the middle story title, the Daleks master planet of the Daleks in Manhattan.
Oh God.
Oh.
That's what I didn't put the Daleks in, thinking that
No,
that would right. Okay.
I told you it was the same
I was-
monster in all
I was
three.
thinking of the chase on the Empire State Building. When you said
Was
silly
it
man, I was
the
thinking
evolution of
Peter
the dog?
Purvis. Yeah.
Oh,
It was a very silly man.
the Daleks master planet of the chase.
Yeah.
The decider would have been, just in case any of you does get this, Crossing Cassandra, Mickey's Missile, and the Brigadier's Black Hole Business.
Well, I'm
Would
glad
have
it's
been-
all over the day.
It would have been the end of the World War III Doctors.
Ah.
Good work.
Oh, I
Good
get
work.
it now. Can we do it again?
Right, final scores. Harry, you ended up with 6, but that's a pretty good score, really. It's really a not bad score. Phil,
Okay.
you ended up on 7,
Oh,
considering you were
Look at that.
You were
would have been a
convinced you
tie break,
could-
Harry. Would have been a tie break.
Next time. Actually,
And Jim, you ended up on 15 points.
Well done, Jim.
look at that. Well done.
We've
He says
overrun
through
by
gritted teeth.
Well
Sorry,
done,
those,
Jim.
those
Sorry,
gritted
I missed
teeth
that,
have
you.
caused a 15-minute overrun, but I'm sure we will survive. Until I do this again, with at least Matt and or John involved, so we'll whip through this dead quick, no doubt. I don't know. Competitiveness
That's
is
insulting.
overrated, isn't it? I was JR. Harry was Harry.
I was, yeah, was. Still am.
Jim was Jim.
Yeah, still am. Or maybe I
And
don't know.
Phil was Phil.
Yes, I was.
And we will speak again soon.